friends! Welcome back! This week we scrambled up some red rocks, climbed the largest natural sandstone arch in Sedona, and watched the Grand Canyon turn every shade of pink and gold during sunset. Week 7, let's go!
Ashley, Jake, and Sam the Cat here. We are embarking on a van life adventure while visiting 7 of the 30 MLB stadiums and embracing all the beautiful chaos in between. We're so glad you're with us. Last week we said goodbye to Coach and Lore in Phoenix and headed straight for Sedona. After 4 nights in an Airbnb, we had completely forgotten the effort van life actually takes, and we felt every bit of that re-entry. We used iOverlander to find a spot for the night on a Forest Service road just outside of Sedona. The drive-in was a bit bumpy and just a little nerve-wracking after a week of smooth city streets. But the view waiting for us at the end made it completely worth it. And we slept great.
Hi friends! We woke up in Sedona this morning and it's beautiful outside, a little windy.
Someone else was mad when we put them back in the van, but she's digging it now. Sam, say hi.
We made our way into uptown Sedona, the main hub of the city, walkable and full of shops, restaurants, and absolutely jaw-dropping views of the Red Rocks in every direction.
Sedona! Yay!
We stopped at the visitor center to get our bearings, and a volunteer there gave us a gem of a tip: overnight parking on Beaverhead Flat Road. It was much easier than where we had been the night before. Always worth talking to the locals.
Alright, we found a nice parking spot. Jake's got the sneezes. Here's the van. Look, there's other campers here. It's very breezy.
Made a little Mexican bowl for dinner. Time for some Breaking Bad.
Mine has jalapenos.
You guys will never guess who we just saw in another van. Look at this pooper. And we found a dog friend. What is going on? He's hungry. Oh, we're making friends now. Alright, it's about 8:30 in Sedona, and we are going on a big hike tomorrow to Cathedral Rock. So we're gonna go to bed early and wake up at like 5 a.m. Woo! Good morning! We woke up and are leaving at 5:36 to make it to the trail by 6 a.m. Yay!
We're basically the only ones in the lot besides this cacao van and this other car that just pulled up. Look at the sun. It's a little chilly. I have a vest and a hat. I'll show you later. Here's said hat. Jake let me borrow the vest. He's nice and warm. We're about to go on Baldwin Trail. Going back for sunglasses. Let's try that again. We got our sunnies on. It's awfully bright and we're gonna hit Baldwin Trail.
The night before, I had taken an interpretive somatic dance class, and my instructor, shout out to Haley at Village Yoga, recommended hiking the Baldwin Trail to Cathedral Rock. Best tip of the week.
Look at this little cave we found. made a bit of a wrong turn. We didn't realize we were gonna get off Baldwin Trail and get onto Templeton. So we probably went like at least a quarter mile in the wrong direction, but we're back on the right trail. Whee! Woo! Good thing we turned back.
The trail follows a creek through a little forest before you begin the ascent. There's a quicker 1.1 mile option, but we loved the longer approach. The elevation gain is roughly 700 feet with some serious rock scrambling near the top, and it was worth every step.
That's nice. Friends, we made it to the vortex.
Cathedral Rock gets its name from the dramatic spires that rise like a Gothic structure above the desert. It's composed of red bed sandstone and is considered by many to be a powerful feminine vortex, associated with nurturing, calming, and introspective energy. People come from all over the world to meditate here. Standing at the top, we completely understood why.
And just like that, we made it to the end of the trail. We're almost at the van. Definitely worth it. Do you agree, babe?
Yeah, that'll work.
After the hike, I grabbed a Rose Vibes latte at Rose Vortex Cafe. We popped into a Thriftique, and then I took an incredible deep stretch class at Sedona Hot Yoga, followed by the best hot shower of the week. We grabbed fried chicken at Jaybird's and ended the evening at Airport Mesa for sunset. It was a long, full, beautiful day. We were exhausted, but the sunset was stunning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hike number 2. We're a little bit sleepier this morning, but we're here going to Devil's Bridge, iconic Sedona hike. Let's see how it goes. We're walking on the Mezcal Trail now, and eventually we should get to Devil's Bridge, and so far it's labeled pretty well.
We almost skipped Devil's Bridge, but I am so glad we didn't. This place is iconic for a reason. We arrived on a Tuesday morning, parking at the Mezcal Trailhead before the crowds really hit. And the photos we got are some of my favorites from the entire trip. It is currently my phone background, which tells you everything that you need to know.
We made it to Devil's Bridge. There's a little bit of a line. It's not that bad.
Devil's Bridge is the largest natural sandstone arch in the Sedona area, 5 stories tall, formed over thousands of years by wind and weather erosion. The hike is moderate, with about 500 feet of elevation gain and stunning views the entire way. And the bridge itself? Much wider than it looks in photos. Standing on it is surreal.
There's the bridge right there.
Oh, wow, there's a biker coming.
Good,
Hey.
how are you?
After the hike, I took a yoga class at Awakenings Yoga Studio, a truly special little spot. All right, we are heading out of Sedona into Flagstaff and then heading to the Grand Canyon tomorrow. We had a lot of fun in Sedona. We did a lot of hikes and saw sunset, and we're a little sleepy, but we're gonna get some good rest and get excited for the Grand Canyon. In Flagstaff, we're gonna do a couple van things like laundry, gas, dump the tanks, fill up the water, groceries, and I think that's it. Van stuff. Goodbye, Sedona. We love you. You're beautiful. Look at this mountain, it has snow on it. Whoa, babe. All right, we're leaving Flagstaff and heading to the Grand Canyon. We're staying for at least 2 nights. It's about a 90-minute drive from Flagstaff, and we took the route that brings you in through the Desert Watchtower entrance. Great views on the drive-in and no lines on Wednesday afternoon, which was a win. We made it to the Grand Canyon. We made it to the Grand Canyon, and we're going to the first viewpoint, the Desert View. Apparently there's a gas station here. We stopped at the Desert View viewpoint and the Watchtower before heading to our campsite, and it absolutely set the tone. This was Jake's first visit and my second, and I'll say what I said the first time: nothing prepares you for the actual scale of this place. It just takes your breath away. Into our campground now. Look at that. Whoa!
Guys, look at this deer just hanging out. Can't really see him. Oh, he's trying to get food out of this tree. I don't think that's a deer. I don't know what that is. He's huge. Made us some fat tacos for lunch. We've got a visitor. Hello, van life reality. Lots of dishes. It's not even lots. It just feels like a lot because our sink is little. It's an elk. I looked it up. We spent our first 2 nights at Trailer Village RV Park with full hookups. Our first full day, we started with a rim hike from the visitor center toward the Bright Angel Trailhead. All right, we are at the Grand Canyon still. And we're gonna do the rim hike today. So we took the bus to the village and the visitor center, and we're about to see the rim. Here she is in all her glory. Are you a friend? I don't have any peanuts. One of the 7 natural wonders of the world. I think that this is the Bright Angel Trail. It goes from the top of the canyon down to the bottom. And there's like little lodges down here. Wild. This is the El Tovar Lodge. They have some cute little shops. It's a hotel room, and look, the Grand Canyon's right outside. Reach out to Jake if you want to book it.
We popped into a few of the historic lodges and shops along the way, which added so much character to the walk.
Here it is. Should we do it? seems kind of intense. It's good. Yeah. Lunch with a view.
At the Bright Angel Trailhead, we stopped for lunch and decided to head down, just a little. Here's some context. The full Bright Angel Trail goes from the rim all the way down to the Colorado River, 9.5 miles one way, with an elevation loss of 4,380 feet. It is not recommended to do in a single day, and many people train specifically to complete it.
All right, we made it almost 3/4 of the mile all the way down, but the way up looks really tough, so we're gonna turn back around now. So the way up is a lot harder than the way down. We're winded. But onward and upward. And plus, look at that view.
We planned to hike to the first rest area at 1.5 miles, but after a full day in the sun walking the rim, even that felt ambitious. We turned around satisfied, slightly humbled, and honestly, very ready for my hammock.
I don't know if the setup could be any better than this.
Yummy pasta dinner. With some Caesar salad. What do you think, babe? The next day, we moved campsites, made a quick stop at the general store for a new bucket hat, very necessary,
Gabe's happy place.
and grabbed an American road trip staple, McDonald's. The main entrance was significantly busier on a Friday, something to keep in mind if you're planning to visit. Our new home, Mather Campground. No full hookup, but so much more spacious and surrounded by nature. We liked it much better. We ate well this day. Check out that grilled cheese. Simple, van life perfection.
We're getting ready to hike in the Grand Canyon, and here's our little lunch bag. We've got some beef sticks, Dutch Chex Mix, apple slices, oranges, protein bars, Babe's Pop-Tarts, and 2 PB&Js. And surprisingly, it all fits in 1-gallon bag.
Pre-hike espresso. Cheers. To get here, we took the bus to the visitor center and a second bus to the trailhead.
All right, we're about to hit a big trail. Jake's gonna get his stretch on before we make our way down. I'm probably saying this wrong, but I think it's the South Kaibab. I'll look it up later.
The following morning, we tackled our most challenging hike of the canyon, South Kaibab Trail to Cedar Ridge. It's an out and back about 3.5 miles with nearly 1,200 feet of elevation gain. There's a shorter option that stops at Ooh Ah Point. Great name, very accurate views. But if you can make it to Cedar Ridge, do it. Even better views, in my opinion. The hike down is moderate. The trickiest part, honestly, is the navigation around other hikers on the trail. It was pretty busy. The views from inside the canyon are something else entirely. Woo! You're not looking at it anymore. You're in it. We talked about what it would take to hike all the way to the bottom someday. Maybe. Not on this trip, but maybe one day.
Made it down to Cedar Ridge, all the way down there. And we made the first steps up and we're already exhausted. Got like, what, 1.5 miles to go? Here we go! We're doing great. Less than 1/2 mile up. But check out the way up. Woo! I did it. Filling our water, and look who's trying to get some.
Evening, we were aiming for Sunset Viewpoint, missed our bus, and walked instead, which turned out to be a happy accident. We spotted deer along the way and arrived just as the canyon walls began to glow. There's something the Grand Canyon does to you that's hard to put into words. It makes you feel very small and somehow completely full at the same time. Standing on that rim, or inside it, you realize how ancient this world is, how much has happened without us, and how lucky we are to be here, moving through it, paying attention. Week 7 reminded us why we said yes to this journey in the first place. Not just the stadiums, not just the miles, but the moments that stop you in your tracks and make you grateful to be alive and present for all of it. We are so thankful you're here watching it with us. Next week, we are heading to Page, Arizona and Zion National Park. Slot canyons, sweeping landscapes, and more of the American West that will genuinely make your jaw drop. You don't want to miss it. See you next week!
Hope you subscribe our video and hope you press the red button to do this.